Far away in a quiet corner of the galaxy, the Andronian Alliance had been waiting with great hope and curiosity for Earth's first diplomatic mission. They had heard many stories about humans. Some said they were unpredictable. Others said they were clever and strong. The Andronians had prepared to welcome a peaceful group of diplomats hoping to start a friendship between the two worlds. But everything changed in an instant when, instead of a small diplomatic ship, a large, sleek warship suddenly appeared in orbit around the Andronian capital planet. It was unlike anything the Andronians had ever seen before. Its black metal surface shimmered under the distant stars, and powerful weapons were clearly visible along its sides. There was no flag waving or friendly signals, only the silent presence of a ship that seemed ready for battle. This shocking arrival sent waves of fear and confusion through the Andronian government and their people. The calm hope they once held quickly turned into anxious whispers and urgent meetings. Military commanders rushed to their stations, scientists scanned the ship for clues, and diplomats struggled to understand why Earth had sent a warship instead of peacekeepers. Meanwhile, inside the ship, the human crew remained quiet and still, watching the strange alien world below with calm eyes. The human captain, a tall figure with sharp focus, gave no sign of fear or anger, only steady patience. No messages came through the ship's communication channels, only silence. The Andronians tried many ways to reach out, sending peaceful signals, offering words of welcome in multiple languages, even lighting celebrations on the planet's surface to show their goodwill. But the humans did not respond. This silence made the Andronians feel uneasy. Was Earth testing their strength? Were the humans here to fight or to make allies? The warship did not move closer to the planet, but it did not leave either. It hovered in space like a shadow, waiting. The peaceful Andronians, who had spent centuries building alliances and understanding others, found themselves caught in a moment they could not control or predict. As the hours passed, tensions grew, and many wondered what Earth really wanted. Was this a warning, a threat, or the first step to a new friendship? The mystery of the dangerous ship kept everyone watching the skies, unable to look away, knowing that whatever happened next could change their galaxy forever. The silence around the human warship was broken suddenly, but not by words or familiar signals. Instead, strange patterns of lights and pulses began to flicker across the ship's hull, sending out a message unlike anything the Andronians had ever encountered. These lights were arranged in a complex rhythm, a series of flashes that seemed almost like a language, but carried no recognizable words or sounds. Immediately, the Andronian scientists and linguists, the brightest minds in the galaxy, gathered in their research centers and command rooms, working tirelessly to understand this cryptic signal. They tried every code, every known pattern, but nothing fit. The message seemed to come from a completely different way of thinking, something beyond normal communication. While the Andronians studied the strange light code, the human warship stayed motionless, and strange energy readings showed that it was using advanced stealth technology. The ship's position was hard to pinpoint precisely, and it avoided all scans and defenses as if it could disappear at will. From inside the ship, the human captain remained calm, his eyes scanning the Andronian fleet and planet below. He showed no signs of anger or threat, but neither did he make any friendly gestures. Instead, he prepared quietly, adjusting his ship's shields and weapon systems ready for whatever might come next. The Andronians could see the tension in their own ranks rising. They wondered if the humans were sending a warning or a challenge, or if this strange message was a call for help. As the hours passed and no further words came, suspicion grew that Earth's arrival was far more than just a simple diplomatic visit. The humans had arrived with power, with silence, and with mystery, leaving the Andronians to ask themselves what hidden intentions lay behind the flashing lights and the dangerous ship that did not speak. Fear mixed with curiosity, and many on the Andronian side realized they were witnessing the beginning of something larger, something that might change their place in the universe forever. The uneasy calm that had settled around the human warship did not last long. As the Andronians debated what to do next, one of their own warships, large and heavily armed, slowly moved closer to the mysterious Earth vessel, testing the humans' patience and strength. The Andronian commanders wanted to see if the humans would back down or show signs of aggression. Every sensor on the Andronian ship was locked onto the human warship, waiting for any sign of reaction. But the human captain remained quiet and composed, watching carefully without making any sudden moves. Suddenly, without warning, a wave of energy pulsed outward from the human ship, but it was unlike any weapon fire the Andronians had ever faced. The pulse did not explode or cause damage in the usual way. Instead, the electromagnetic wave swept over the Andronian vessel, and almost instantly the ship's engines began to fail, systems flickered, and all movement stopped. The Andronian crew scrambled in shock as their ship drifted helplessly in space. It was clear that the humans had used advanced technology with incredible precision to disable the engines temporarily, without harming a single crew member or destroying the ship. This display was powerful, but controlled, a clear message that Earth had strength and skill but did not seek unnecessary violence. The human captain's voice finally came over the communication channel, calm but firm, demanding respect and clear rules for contact and communication between their species. It was a warning and an invitation at the same time, showing that Earth's arrival was serious and that diplomacy must be approached with honesty and caution. The Andronians began to see the humans in a new light, not just as strangers or threats, but as beings who combined bold strategy, courage, and inventive technology. The tension in the Andronian fleet shifted. Fear gave way to a grudging respect. They realized Earth was not here to conquer or destroy, but to demand a place at the table, to be seen and heard on equal terms. This moment changed everything. The Andronians could no longer treat humans as simple newcomers. Instead, they had to acknowledge that humans brought something unique, an unpredictable spirit paired with advanced science and a clear sense of purpose. The test of strength was over, but a new challenge had just begun. Finding a way to communicate and coexist with a species that had arrived not with empty hands, but with power, intelligence, and an unwavering will. The galaxy was watching, and the future suddenly seemed more uncertain and exciting than ever before. Far behind the scenes, away from the watchful eyes of the Andronian leaders and curious crowds, the humans began to reveal the true reason behind their unexpected and forceful arrival. It was not about conquest, nor was it about showcasing their military might just for intimidation. The human captain gathered his officers in the warship's command center, sharing confidential information intercepted from deep space scans. Earth had detected a dark shadow creeping ever closer to this peaceful region of the galaxy. A ruthless alien force known only in whispers, a race of expansionists feared for their complete destruction of entire civilizations. These invaders were relentless, showing no mercy and no interest in negotiation. Their approach threatened not just Earth or the Andronian worlds, but every species in this sector. The humans had traveled light years not just to protect their own home, but to offer a chance for unity among the stars. They came prepared with advanced technology, knowledge of warfare and defense far beyond what most had seen, and a clear desire to build strong alliances. The Andronians, who had long viewed humans as unpredictable and somewhat reckless, found themselves confronted by something entirely different, a species driven by caution, foresight, and a deep understanding of the cost of war. As these revelations reached the Andronian Council, many began to reconsider their old fears and prejudices. The humans' readiness was not reckless but calculated, born from experience and a commitment to survival for all. The Andronians could no longer see Earth as just a new player in galactic politics. They recognized a potential partner whose strength was matched by a willingness to share knowledge and stand together against a common enemy. This shift in perspective sparked cautious hope and a new willingness to listen and cooperate. The secret behind the dangerous ship's arrival was finally clear. It was a call to prepare, to unite, and to face the future side by side. The tension that had once filled the air was slowly replaced by a growing respect, and the beginning of a new alliance that might change the fate of their galaxy forever. In the cold depths of space, where uncertainty once hung heavy like a thick fog, a new light began to shine, marking a turning point not just for two species but for the entire galaxy. What had started as a moment filled with fear and suspicion, the sudden appearance of a heavily armed human warship, now transformed into a symbol of hope and cooperation. The Andronians and humans, once strangers with cautious eyes, stood together under the vast stars, forging an alliance born out of necessity but strengthened by respect and shared goals. The human ship that had once been seen as a dangerous threat became a beacon, a powerful reminder that strength could be used not to conquer, but to protect. Leaders from both worlds met in halls filled with ancient Andronian architecture and human technology, exchanging ideas, strategies, and knowledge. Scientists collaborated to combine human innovation with Andronian wisdom, creating defenses that were stronger and more adaptable than anything the galaxy had ever seen. Soldiers trained side by side, learning each other's ways, building trust, with every shared mission and exercise. This was not simply an alliance of convenience. It was a new beginning, a promise that the horrors of the past, of destruction and isolation, would not define their future. Humanity showed the galaxy that being resilient meant more than survival. It meant standing tall with courage and creativity in the face of any challenge. The Andronians, once wary of humans' bold and sometimes reckless spirit, now admired their determination and ability to find solutions where others saw only danger. Together they prepared for the unknown enemy lurking beyond the stars, a force that threatened to erase countless worlds unless stopped by united strength. The galaxy watched in awe as Earth did not arrive with armies to conquer but with an open hand to protect. The dangerous ship had carried not just humans but a new era, one where differences were set aside and the future was shaped by collaboration and hope. As stars shone brighter and fleets moved in harmony, the story of Earth's arrival became more than a tale of conflict or mystery. It became a legend of courage, friendship, and the power of standing together. In this new dawn, the universe found not just new allies but a family ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, proving that true strength comes from unity, respect, and the unyielding spirit of those who dare to protect all that they hold dear.